In the new age of college football and in the new age of college football recruiting, most major high-profile targets have already been committed and thus signed to their university. But one target is still left to be circled on the Texas Longhorns bandwagon, and one target has left to be circled on the Texas A&M bandwagon for their university. And that target is major primetime prospect LJ Johnson, running back from the Houston area. Cy-Fair, he's going to stand 5'10", right around 205 pounds, an explosive athlete, one step and go, 4.42 in the 40. Holla at you, boy, LJ's a burner. But those of you who don't know who I am, my name is AK, and I'm the owner, operator, and producer of the Eyes on Texas channel, where I try to produce college football content pretty much every single day of the week. I do like to do high school football content, and I do like to focus on the college football Longhorns in general. But with that being said, let's go to the main topic of this video, which is LJ Johnson and who's going to retain the rights for his college services. It's coming down to the Texas A&M Aggies versus the good guys, the Texas Longhorns, for his services. And I'm just going to let you know what Texas A&M has to pitch and then what the Texas Longhorns has to pitch for his services and where I do think LJ end up going. Well, first, let's start out with the Texas A&M Aggies and what they are going to be potentially pitching, in my opinion, to LJ Johnson. Well, first of all, they finished second in rushing and yards per game in 2020 with in the SEC with 2,051 yards total gained on the ground. That was second to only Ole Miss, who was number one. They feed the running back there at Texas A&M University. They have Isaiah Spiller was third in the SEC with rushing, 188 carries for 9 touchdowns. Their second leading rusher before running back was Devin A. The true freshman had 43 attempts, 364 yards, and 1 TD. Another running back, Anaya Smith, he toted the rock 49 times for 293 yards and 4 touchdowns. One thing that they might turn to as far as there's a return to recruiting and how the Texas A&M recruiting is going to be better than Texas recruiting as far as rushing the ball. And let's talk about that 2021 recruiting class. Texas's top offensive lineman is going to be Hayden Connor. While I have much praise and let's talk about that young man, he is going to be a 3-star, 6'6", 320-pound prospect who might kick into guard. He is currently a tackle prospect, but he might move into guard when he continues on to his collegiate career. He's a great pickup, a great player. I think he might have reached his ceiling in high school. That's why he is a 3-star, and he did move from a 4-star to a 3-star. So he did transgress in his senior year. And Texas A&M is going to do nothing but show off their recruiting class. They're going to do nothing but show off their recruiting haul. They have Bryce Foster from Katy, Texas, who was the nationally number 72 4-star offensive guard. They're going to have Ruben Feathery, another offensive tackle, 4-star, number 87, ranked nationally. So what they can have to pitch is they can have these strong targets, maintain these prime offensive tackle and offensive guard. They also have Trey Zune, who's also going to be another 4-star, nationally ranked number 299, 6'6", offensive tackle. So the list just kind of sort of keeps on going for the Texas A&M Aggies. So they're really going to pitch hardcore that recruiting class that they did get for them. They're going to pitch that we run the ball, and they're going to pitch hardcore that we have the weapons, we have the big hog mollies up front to run the ball. They're also going to pitch us with some negative recruiting, in my personal opinion, towards the University of Texas. They're going to talk about our coaching turmoil. They're going to talk about our coaching staff, how it has no stability, and that we did just get a new staff, and that Texas does not produce NFL players in the past. We do produce NFL players, but not prime-time, first-round draft picks, day in, day out, year in, year out. We're not producing number of prime round draft picks in the first, second, or third. We do produce some, not enough, and in the eyes and the guesstimation of recruits, that's one thing that they will negatively pitch towards us, my exclamation. With that being said, Texas, we do have something to say for ourselves. You know what I mean? We do have a lot of stuff going in for Texas' favor. This is what I think Texas has. We have Stan Drayton already as our running back coach. He's been our running back coach. He is going to be a stand-alone that is going to stay with this coaching class, that is going to be a part of this coaching tree. And so that's going to be something that LJ has a very strong relationship with. Stan Drayton has a great respect in the coaching community, in the college football community. So having Stan Drayton as our running backs coach, retaining him as our running backs coach is definitely a key to the pitch. Without Stan Drayton, LJ would already be an Aggie in my estimation. Like I was saying earlier, he's going to be one of the respected running backs coaches in the nation. So without a doubt, having Stan Drayton retained in our corner is going to be a big pitch. Coach Sark and his all gas and no brakes mentality. That has just absolutely been firing up recruits, been firing up these young men and getting them all excited about that. And hearing it on social media, all gas, no brakes. The fans are getting excited, and as well as the recruits are getting excited about all gas, no brakes. So really love what Coach Sark is bringing. Along with that, his explosive offense. That was on display all last season, was on display hardcore. Everyone saw what they did in the 2 games in the playoffs, absolutely destroying their opponents, especially Notre Dame had no shot. Didn't really see them having much shot against Sarkisian's offense and that Alabama machine. But in the final, definitely much on display as number 6 had 215 yards, 12 catches, and 3 TDs in the first half. Explosive, getting kids excited. I know that we're talking about the running back here, but the overall excitement has been pushing, and that's going to be something that's going to be in our favor as well. Sark has had a 1,000-yard rusher every single season that he's been an offensive coordinator or a head coach. That is a major, major tool. That means that he is dedicated, has a main focus on toting the note and doing it so with just one running back, not resorting to multiple back sets that they do at the University of Georgia, where they give the guy 2-3 carries and he's out. Not to hate on the Georgia football fans, it's just what came to my mind off the top of my head. Sark gives the ball to the rushers. He rushes the ball, 1,000-yard rusher every single season. He's been a head coach or an offensive coordinator. He throws the ball to the running backs. That's something that is going to be big time, major pitch for all running backs, not just L.J. Johnson. Najee Harris, he had 1,466 yards on the ground last season, but like I said, talking about those receptions, he also did have 426 yards and 4 touchdowns. The 4-star running back from Cy-Fair visited the Texas A&M University campus just this past week on a self-guided tour. No coaches, no influences from the staff of any sort. He's going to be on the same kind of self-guided tour on the Austin campus just this week. So we'll see how that goes. My personal opinion is that LJ prefers the city of Austin to College Station. I think he prefers the campus to what is also in College Station as well. With College Station being so very close to Cypress and the strong season Texas A&M had, if he wanted to commit to Texas A&M, if he wanted to be an Aggie, in my opinion, I think he would have done so by now. I really don't understand what's stopping him. Why not? They run the ball. They have a great offensive line. They had a great recruiting. They had a great season. I think in his heart of hearts that L.J. Johnson, he wants to be a Texas Longhorn. I think if he would to commit to the Texas A&M Aggies, I think it would be more of a business decision. That's just going to be my take on it. But what my take is on this is that the very long and very drawn-out recruitment of LJ, I do know in my heart of hearts that LJ Johnson and his family and his father are going to make the best decision, as they have gone on record saying this is not a 4-year decision, that this is a 40-year decision. So whatever, if the answer is Texas A&M or if the answer is Texas for LJ, I wish him all the best, and I know that that will be the best spot for LJ for his 3 to 4 year collegiate career. But with that being said, come to the 40, LJ. Come be a part of the Sark attack. Come be a part of the high-flying explosive. We're going to hand it off and chuck it to our running back all the time out of the backfield. Holla at you, boy. If you do appreciate this content, if you are a Texas Longhorn fan, a fan of high school football, college football in general, share this video, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. Holla at you, boy! Keep your head in a swivel and your eyes on Texas. I'm AK. Hook 'em up.
Lady, Rage on that beat, going crazy. Rage on that beat, going crazy.